Your home should be the most comfortable place for you in the whole world. We're going to learn how to make home easier in this episode of Calendaring Happiness. Hi, I'm Alyssa Ashwood, and in this week's episode of Calendaring Happiness, we're talking about how to make your home feel easy. Now, to get the tools to play along, you can go to calendaringhappiness.com/home to get this month's toolkit, and also to be on our call where we'll be talking about home and personalizing it to your situation. Now, there are many things we could talk about to make home easier because we spend a lot of time at home. We want our home to be easy. And whether you have been in your home just a short amount of time or you've been there for years and years or even maybe generations like mine, you're going to have things in your home that are not quite right. Things that either were never right to begin with. Maybe you got something on sale. Maybe you got something as a gift. Maybe you got something that you thought was going to work, but it didn't. And instead of getting rid of it right then, you put it in the drawer or you started using it all the time. And every time you use that thing, you think, oh, I just don't like this. Now, for me, that topic was spatulas. Spatulas, I use probably, I probably touch a spatula at least twice a day because I do a lot of cooking. I cook breakfast in the morning sometimes, I cook dinner at night sometimes, and if I'm not cooking, someone else in my household is. And so I get pretty passionate about spatulas because when you've got a bad one, it's really annoying. So that means that over time, people give me spatulas or I end up picking them up and they're not always right. And I've given myself permission through the years to decide that it's okay for me to get rid of the spatulas that I don't like and to get the ones that I do like. So I've got, like here's one of my favorites. It's got all these little holes in it, which is kind of nice for scooping things up. Of course, I like the ones that have the rubber so you can kind of scrape things down. And sometimes, if you're doing grains, it's nice to have one that's a wooden one. And I could go on because I get kind of passionate about spatulas in the same way that you might get kind of passionate about something you use all the time. Think about if you have something that you use all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean kind of like multiple times a week. Isn't it worth it to spend more of your investment of your time and your luxury money on those little things that you use all the time instead of thinking about how to save up for that one big thing? So I want to give you permission that you could take yourself, for example, on a luxury spatula shopping spree, and you could spend as much money as you can on a spatula and you're still going to probably spend about 20 bucks. And that's the fun of these everyday things. They're not expensive to get the one that you really want. And there's always someone who would enjoy the one that you are done using. These are very practical items. They very rarely wear out. So you're able to give them to somebody else. And maybe that's the perfect spatula for them. So that's the situation where you've got either too many of something that doesn't really work for you or you haven't found really the right thing. The other way we can think about making home easier is to think about sometimes we change and we need some new tools that change with us. Now, for example, my grandmother and my mom have demonstrated to me that as we get older, our hand strength starts to get weaker. And we can't open jars in the same way, and it's hard to open cans. So my grandmother took this to heart, and she got some really great tools in her kitchen that make opening things even easier. She's got this really great lid grabber that will open any lid, and she has these two really whimsical wonderful can openers, one with the whale with this little spout and one with the rabbit where you are moving his ears up and down to get the can to open. And in the same way that putting those things in your kitchen, if you're having those issues, or putting in a grab bar in your shower might make you feel like your home is easier, do it. Don't wait. Don't worry about feeling like that makes you feel older. Just do it. Be more comfortable. And then finally, you might also think of making your home easier as making a commitment to something that you do that's a regular habit of yours and making it as nice as it could be. Like if you always put your keys and your letters in a bowl, make it a nice bowl. Get a bowl that you love so that your junk stuff is actually in a work of art. Or for me, I drink tea every day, and finally I decided that I would give myself a dedicated little dish to put my tea bag in so that I didn't keep scrambling for a saucer. And that way it's fun. It's like it has its own place, and that makes my home really easy. So whatever the kind of ease is that you might be able to find in your home, I encourage you not to wait another day to make your home easier. because it's your home. You want it to be comfortable, and it's a source of great pleasure for you. I'll be back next week where we'll be in our final episode about home, and we will be talking about cleaning, because I know that you love having a clean home as much as I do, and also that you probably love cleaning it about as much as I do. So we're going to work on that topic next week. This is Alyssa Ashwood wishing you tons of calendaring happiness. I'll see you in the Facebook group.